What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 320, and we're recording on March 17, 2025. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Adita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. That's our third time recording the intro. I had effed up the previous two recordings. I think this one's good, though. In terms of the announcements this week, I want to give a big shout out to our new Fiesta patrons, Incoming Snail and Natalie.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Thank
It's been a hot second since we got a Patreon, so shout out to them. I don't have any other real announcements, so let's get into the big new releases. We try to keep doing 3, but that just doesn't seem the case lately. This month of March has been jam-packed. We have 4 songs this week. XG, Is This Love? We have Say My Name, ShaLaLa. We have SSERAFIM, Hot. We have NMIXX, Know About Me. We voted. Well, everyone voted in the community on Discord. And unfortunately, SF9, the boys, they did not qualify this week, which is a bit sad.
The boy group. Yeah.
Damn.
But we got all these girl groups. It's probably because our community's biased, but it is what it is. XG's Is This Love is the first song there from XGALX. Their last song's Howling. If you know, you know. Something Ain't Right. This song, Is This Love, is technically a B-side from the Awe album that was released in November of last year. But they dropped this music video. They've been also performing this song, particularly on the tour that they're doing. So I've seen a lot of fan cams, especially of the Maya dance break. A lot of fan cams of that. Let's talk about Is This Love. You know, when we talk about a group like XG, I have sky-high expectations, right?
The bar is high, yeah.
The bar is extremely high. Like, the last track was Howling, which was an absolute banger, right?
Banger. Good track. Good song.
This song, Is This Love? Is it a good song? Yes. Is it a great song? Maybe. But is this like an all-time classic XG song? No, right?
Really?
Damn.
You think it is, Anita? You think this is an all-timer for XG?
I'll say this. I did see the fan cams of this performance, and I got to listen to it more before the music video was released. And I don't know, I feel like it has this side of XG that I really like. Because we're used to we cover a lot of the more intense, like Howling, very, very like rap heavy, right? I feel like in this one, you really showcase a lot of the vocals. I think only Juden had a rap section, and that was actually it worked really well. It flowed really well. It wasn't, like, it fit the vibe of the song. So I don't know. I think this, for me, is a great example of this side of XG that's more like vocal heavy, more focused on that vibe, like the vocal vibe, which I think was nice.
It's like the pink part of Blackpink. It's like the red part of Red Velvet, you know? Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the XG version of Christian horse girl music, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot more approachable. It's a lot closer to pop PBR&B. Like aesthetically too. Like members of XG in the last couple comebacks, they have been very visually very strong. And yes, Coconut's head is still buzzed, and I think that looks great on her. But like,
me too, dude. I'm Coconut, dude. Coconut, dude. Okay, we're twinning. Okay.
But like music wise, it's a lot more approachable. It's a lot more digestible. It's a lot more GP friendly. It's overall a pretty like easy to listen to beat. The rap is great per usual. Drin sounds great. But yeah, like in the general scope of XG tracks, this one definitely leans a little more laid back, a little more chill, a little more R&B than, you know, Howlin', for example, which was, you know, like you mentioned, a lot more, you know what I mean? It was a lot more X than G, if that makes any fucking sense.
Oh.
What? All right, you've gone too far, sir.
It was more pink than black.
Okay, it's more. You're gonna say it's more pink than Pantherist or something, dude. You know, to be fair, it's a good song still. It's a solid ass song. here's the thing with XG.
Right.
Pound for pound, right? Member for member, the XG talent level is really high, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
the singers sing their ass off. The rappers
singing.
rap their asses off, right? They just have like
rapping.
such a like. And we say this every time I cover XG. Is they just pick the right children, right, for this group. Like the members of this group are supremely talented. Like it, and just based on the talent, it raises the floor on all their songs extremely high. You know,
I mean,
because
I definitely agree with that.
Independent of what they're giving, you know they're gonna perform it well.
No, I agree with that, but I also feel that as the years have passed, because going back to their debut, Tippy Toes, and then Mascara and all that, I think they've really like found their sound too. Because like the last couple releases they've had, and like the tour and everything that's been happening more recently within the last year and a half, I just feel like they really figured out what works for them visually, like concept wise, also like musically, the performance aspect too. Like I think they've really ironed it out. Like they know what they like, what suits them, and I think that's what makes it work, right? Like I think the music is working with the artist in this case. Like the performance is working with the artist's skills too. So I don't know. I think this is an example of that too, where the sound, the genre, everything they have going on suits them tone wise, vocally, like the way they're performing. It makes sense. So I don't know. It works really, really well.
Can I make a take?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
The live stages of this song is better than this music video.
Oh,
I haven't seen the live stages, so I can't comment on that. But we can talk about the
yeah.
visuals of the music video.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the music video. The unavoidable conversation is the use of AI in this music video, which people were not happy about online.
That we're talking
Right.
about
Oh, really?
the footage near the end where it does a bunch
Like
of cuts.
the mom spaghetti AI going on, right?
Oh.
At certain points. Yeah, you know what I mean, guys. If you watch this music video,
Like the
there's
transition
one
to
part
transition from cut to cut where it kind of morphs between
Yeah.
frames, you know what I mean? Like
right.
yeah.
and then we had a Jurin Harvey kissing, and then we ended into the Maya dance break, right? If you watch the Maya dance break on the live cams, it just feels so much more impactful there than the way they cut it in the
True.
music video.
I would agree with that.
Like, I don't know if it's the energy, no, because she's giving a lot of energy in this music video too, but just the live stage, you watch it, you go, oh shit, she's killing it. But when you watch in this music video, I think it's because they switch from shots of just her to shots of group over and over again, where it just like
Yeah.
you don't have enough time to think about what you're seeing enough because you're a bit visually stimulated. But the live stage of her doing this dance break is like, it went pretty viral and
Yeah,
it's really
I saw
good.
that.
As for the usage of like generative AI in here, like we live in an age where I think it's unavoidable, to have creative outputs include some level of AI. Like, I'm not saying every creative output is going to have AI in it. I'm just saying we're going to start seeing a lot of this. We have in the last couple year or so. And this is, let's be honest, like not the first time XG has used AI in their music videos. It's just this one in particular felt very, I don't know, it felt like it wasn't a tasteful use for it. You know what I mean?
You know what it reminded me of? You know that one thing of what is it? Will Smith eating the noodles, right? Like
Yeah.
that one meme.
Yeah.
Martin knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Anita, you don't know what this is?
I don't think.
But that shot of like coconut flying away reminded me of Will Smith eating the noodles. It just felt like really shitty AI.
I mean, in all honesty, like I think what the vision is the most clear when they are going through, like one of the footage that's being used here is when they're in a trainee room and like the camera
Yeah.
like pans around and like like I think it's very clear what the intended use was. Like I think it's pretty understandable what they were going for. It's just the output isn't particularly the most attractive. You know what I mean? Like like for me personally, the part that was the most annoying was at the very end where it jumps back to the existing sequence of Jurin and what's her name? Harvey, they're about to kiss, and then between frames there's a very clear frame change where suddenly the color tones are very different.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's in the 210 mark. And you can, if you're on your computer, you can use the comma and the period buttons to kind of go back and forth between different frames, and you'll notice that it's a very stark transition all of a sudden. Which is, I'm not saying that like it needs to be pixel perfect, frame perfect, but like at the same time I kind of am, like, because it was a very abrupt note, and like I don't know, up until that point I was like, maybe it was a stylistic choice to be a little underdeveloped and like dirty looking and like grungy, but like I don't, when you look at that, I don't think that's what they're going for. So that's my take on it. And then there's the whole discussion that we always have about the ethics of use of AI and like the way it runs on stolen graphics and stolen artwork. It's I don't know, I would have been a little less pissed about it if it was like visually more tastefully done, if that makes any sense.
Well, I guess my question, and I don't know if we have an answer for it, but I kind of assume that there are limitations to how it's gonna look, just because it is not how should I say it? Like, it's not running on like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I guess I didn't expect it to look like smooth and like as high quality as the other shots that were not AI, because I kind of assume there are limitations to how it works.
No, there's good AI, Anita. Like,
you think it could have been done better?
I'm not gonna say that like I disagree with you. Like, there are definitely like technical limitations to using AI. Like, it does not look as good as IRL footage at the moment. But there's two things. One, I've seen better AI footage. Two, there have been a lot of ways I think there was a lot of opportunities to clean up the footage a little bit so that it looks a little more natural and fitting. Right now it just feels shoehorned in and just sticks out like a sore thumb, personally. Song itself is fine. I don't know, kind of going back to it a little bit. I think the chorus is really catchy,
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this love? And then like, they do the second love is like love, what I mean, like that run is really nice. It's really cool. It's a little over cleaned up, but that's fine. It's pop music. I don't know. What I particularly also wanted to point out is like XG. When you think about their concepting, they have a recurring theme of like, ooh, we're aliens, we're otherworldly beings, we're fucking wolves, like that sort of thing. They often present themselves as like unhuman folks, for a lack of a better adjective. And the whole theme of the song is just love, like exploration, is and it almost feels like, given the context, it feels like from their perspective, like it's like, oh, like alien. Is this what humans call the emotion love?
Okay, I see what you're getting at.
Visually too, nice. Like they had. I mean, they probably do have that in their greater concept, right? The alien concept,
right?
But I think for this in particular, and I think Harvey was the main character that showed this,
right?
Like being artificial, right? Like she was like a robot, like a cyborg type character.
Right, she's
in
like Power Andre 99 Machine Boy Gong over here, but
being created, right? And then at the end, you kind of have this picture of like, oh, I guess she now knows love, or she has love.
Plastic memories, right, Warren?
No, we don't talk about that show. Fuck you.
That's an android human love story. Anita.
My score just dropped right to a 2. No. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I thought that storyline added to that was pretty cool, and I think it also made it more than like, if you pay attention to the lyrics only, I guess you could interpret like romantic love, but with the visuals and like some of the stuff they did, concept wise, I think it was meant to be like a more general type of love or interpreted as other types of love. Also, like when they added the footage of the trainee days and like the group that the members feel for each other.
Man, Anita, you thought about this way more than I did.
No, I thought it was really cool because I think, like I said, when you just listen to the lyrics, it could be more like, oh, romantic love, typical like pop music concept, right? But I think they added a little bit more in the music.
It's just funny to me how you got so much exposition from the AI section. Is basically what I'm seeing.
Like, no, that's
the only point. Yeah, right.
And like, yeah, that's exactly what let's sit down for me. Cause like earlier when they foreshadow it, like they are using, you know, like it looks like a bunch of screens put together, and they're like the camera's rolling between, you know, different footage of like them, like very obviously, like, you know, from like a couple years ago, and it's really cool. Right. And then, you know, they were clearly like, oh, okay, how can we make it look like, you know, you're flying through different memories? And they were like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
Mid-journey, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, I like the idea. Maybe the execution should have been better, though. Because the idea was cool. I
definitely agree with you. I think the idea was cool. Was this the best execution of it? I don't know. But like,
hey, they're on a budget. This is a B-side, technically.
That's true. That's true.
Then go back to using the screen footage from the beginning.
If you think about this music video, the entire first chorus is like outside of their apartment or someone's apartment, right? They're just in a random place.
Which is like color graded beautifully, by the way.
But they're literally just outside someone's house, like some apartment
and
building.
I would love to live in this set of apartments. It's Japan, so rent is probably cheap too. All I'm trying to say is it could have been avoided. And I am typically not the one to immediately disagree with AI usage. This one I will. But it is what it is. You know,
this might be in Korea. They literally live in Korea.
Could be.
It could be.
It could be. But yeah, I think the song's fine. I think it's good as a B-side. It's a big change up from the mainline stuff, I would say. Which is good.
Oh, did you guys catch the stork in 1 minute 9 seconds in?
I did.
I think that's from like the Japanese tale of like storks delivering the bird. That's how kids are born.
Oh.
Well, no, storks delivering children's in America too. We know that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a very common trope.
Oh, shit. Maybe I've been white all along. I don't know.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
No,
that storks was like
how do you interpret that into the music video though? Because that was kind of random for me too. I wasn't sure what to make of it. Love?
Man, you guys are very deep. Like, Jesus Christ. You want to think about everything.
Is this the human flaw? The emotion of love?
All right, let me pivot. Let's talk about Say My Name with ShaLaLa. They are they're from Encode, and their last song was Wave Way. You know, this is the group that has Hitomi in it, you know?
Yeah. Honda Hitomi.
My description of this song is, it's amazing that essentially this company Encode, they're like, we have Hitomi, you know Hitomi. We're gonna release the most Hitomi suiting songs ever, and it kind of works. What they're doing, they're essentially doing very low cost of entry, pleasant girl group K-pop. Right? There aren't very many stakes in this song. But there doesn't need to, because it's just upbeat, kind of fun. It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. That's it. It's good.
No, I think that's fair. It's very low cost of entry. I agree. No stakes, no risks. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it falls flat for me. To me, it's a very nice track. It's chill. It's another disco pop rendition that takes from bedroom pop, chill pop, you know, city pop is in here too. I hear bits of New Jack Swing thrown in as well. It's you know, it's everything I expect from a mid-tier company, mid-tier girl group that does some variant of Christian church girl core aesthetic kind of music.
This is literally This is literally church girl music. They thank Jesus in this song.
They do. It took me out.
Wait,
There's a
Jesus.
lyric. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
And then I'm so lucky. Those are like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm so lucky.
Wow.
That's what
Thank
it
you.
could-
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I am so lucky. That is the official lyric.
Yeah, there's literally
That
a
is.
Jesus. This is the most church girl of songs. They literally thank Jesus in it.
Okay, they took that very literally. That's cool. I mean,
It took me out of the song the first couple of times. I was like, we're literally thinking Jesus.
I missed
That's
that.
crazy.
Okay. That's all right. Well,
Now you know, Warren. Now you know.
Amen.
Right?
My heart is beating. Amen.
Yeah.
Um.
And
Anita,
how do
how'd
you
you
feel
feel?
about the Jesus mention?
Well, yeah, that also took me out.
Shout out to
But-
Jesus Sunday Neem, right? You know? That's
They did. They shouted him out. I mean, I agree with what you guys have said. I think this is very approachable, very easy to like. I think also, particularly if you've been missing or if you've been searching for more of the more straightforward, like sweet, cute
the light stuff.
sound.
The light stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
not super high stakes, like not doing like super high concept stuff. Yeah, you can just come in without really knowing what's going on and enjoy it. And that's nice. I think there's an appeal to that. I also thought the way the synths came in and some of the rhythm they had, the melody, it reminded me slightly like a hyper sweet, like very cute version of this song by Calvin Harris called Slide. It came out a long time ago. And that had more of a summer vibe. This felt like much more like on the sweet, on the cute pop side. But it was nice. I think it had a good tempo. The energy was also really nice in the live stages. And in the music video, you see a bit of it too in the choreography shots. And
Anita.
I think that suits the members.
Yeah. In the live stages, Hitomi's gotten really good, right?
I love her hair. I really
Right?
like the design of her hair.
Hitomi's killing it.
Cute.
You know, this week, we have Hitomi in Say My Name. We have Sakura in SSERAFIM. The Japanese kids have improved so much. It's insane. Particularly, like, Hitomi came and she was kind of, like, just there at the beginning. But, like, Sakura had all the pressure. You remember she did the solo stage and they gave her an A. And everyone's like, why'd you give this girl an A?
There
If you
were
see her
icons.
now, you're like, holy shit, that's the same girl, right? They were on a Japanese talk show recently, and one of the comedians in the panel had done a show with HKT48,
Oh.
and he only realized like today that that's the same Sakura that he knew when he was on the HKT
He
show.
wasn't-
He was
he
like,
didn't know?
"Ah, Sakura." Yeah, he didn't like put one on one together. Which is kind of fun. Yeah, this Say My Name group. They kind of know what they're doing, right? This thing got 10 million views after 4 days.
It's not bad.
I don't know how high the ceiling is, but what they're releasing is pleasant and nice, right?
There was one thing though that I think
Oh, okay,
took
Anita.
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit on the song, Anita. What don't you
Nah,
like? What's
not
terrible?
to like tear it apart, but I just felt like I don't think it was necessary to do it, but I guess they felt the need to. The rap section, I think, when the rap came in, it felt like it wasn't matching the energy of the rest of the song, and we there was a little bit of a switch up in the sound too in that section, and then we went back. So it just felt a little. I don't know. To me, it felt it was a bit unnecessary, or if we could have made it flow in and out a little better, it would have worked. But other than that, yeah.
No, I'm with you. I felt like the rap didn't fit. Like, my problem with the song in general is that it felt like they put together a bunch of decisions that are very, very cliched for K-pop, and it just for the lack of a better term, it's just middle of the road. It's very medium. Like, it's not terrible at any moments, but it's not great at any moments either for me. You know what I mean? Like, the lack of there were like, personally speaking, it didn't really feel like there was any risks. There were very clear influences from New Jeans or Eyelid or like the Japanese school uniform. That feels like a QWER thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like we took a lot of influences from like a lot of cool things. That's fine. But like, you did all that without, I don't know, like taking any risks besides having Honda Hitomi as your center, which, don't get me wrong,
took risks with her haircut, Warren. That was the risk we took,
and they won on that risk. Don't get me wrong, that was a big win. But like, I don't know, musically speaking, I just don't see a very good compelling reason for me to come back. Add on to the fact that the mix feels very empty for some reason. Like the arrangement feels underdeveloped for me, personally speaking. So, you know, if I look at the credit list, which, you know, I like to do every now and then, the executive producer, do you guys know who the executive producer is for this group and company in code?
Kim Jae-jung.
Kim Jae-jung.
Kim Jae-jung.
Yeah.
Hero.
Yep.
He's the guy from JYJ and TVXQ.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, he's been around in the pop industry for, I don't know, like something about almost 2 decades, you know?
Yeah, but...
So, you know, I don't know. When you got the name executively produced by Kim Jae-jung, you know, I'm like, okay. Yes, I have expectations for this group. I have expectations for, you know, Hitomi. But like, I'm also excited to see what this guy's bringing to the table. And like, right now, I don't really see any vision. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, face value, the song's great. It's very fine. It's chill. Again, it's very pleasant, low risk, low stakes, that sort of track.
It's a great playlist song, but you ain't gonna be like, this is the song. You know what I mean?
Right.
If it comes up, you're like, oh, this is nice. Oh, I like Hitomi. Their company's interesting. It's like him, Kim Jae-jung. They got this group, and they have Nicole from Kara, and then they have some actors. That's about it. I wonder if Nicole's helping them with the dancing. That would be interesting if she actually is, because she's a very good dancer. Yeah, this group, it's selling decent. They're at like 50, 60K with this, which is higher, which is around the level of the last one. If not, it's gonna end up probably higher. So, they're trending in the right direction.
They are. Looks like they are on. Yeah, they're about 44,000 in as of today.
Yeah, and the last album sold 47 in total. But if you look at the sales number, it's rising, which is
that's a good sign. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it keep the number every day this album's been out. It's sold more copies, which is rare for that to happen.
Nice.
I don't know what that actually means, but that's a fact. Yeah, that being said, with this group, it's like there is a mid-tier girl group, Darth, like a wasteland right now, right? We're in the extinction of the mid-tier girl group. We're gonna need groups like Say My Name, who are just getting started, to step up and fill the gaps, you know? We're gonna need that.
Maybe it's gonna happen, yeah.
Maybe it'll happen. You know, there are a lot of residual IZ*ONE fans still, right? Who are big Hitomi fans.
Right.
I don't know if that's carrying the group right now, but at the end of the day, it's not a negative thing, right? To have her in this group, for sure. So I think, honestly, they're in a pretty good position with the next, like, this song's fine, but with the next song, I think we're going to need to have a banger. You know what I mean? Not just a pleasant, easy listening song.
Personally speaking, I did check out their debut, and it was a bit more upbeat. That is more like a dance track, you know, there was a bit of breakcore in there. For me, that worked a little better. It felt like they were clearly kind of they're trying to benefit from the lack of a comeback from a certain group that's very popular at the moment, and is no longer acting by the name of what they were once called. I think I'm making it very obvious.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying go do what New Jeans was doing. I'm just saying I do think something upbeat was a little better working for me, personally speaking.
The other thing with this song, it's a song that they can't really show off how talented they are very well, because it's like, the song in its the way it's produced, or the song where it's arranged, it's like, nice, right? I can't really tell like how if they're really good or not,
Contained.
It's just contained.
Yeah.
I don't have a clear picture, but what I know is that it's been decent so far. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right, let's pivot to probably the biggest song this week. We got SSERAFIM Hot. They are from Source. Last 3 songs, Crazy, Smart, Easy. Now we're here with Hot. This is a bit of a divisive song. I've seen people on the fence about this one. Some people say, man, it's great. Then a lot of people just say, meh, you know? That's what I've been seeing a lot of. No one's really said this is terrible, but a lot of people have just been like, it's okay. They said it's I've seen people say it's okay. It's a little repetitive. Doesn't do too much in the song, right?
Well, Doug, how do you feel, regardless of what other people say?
Well, I'm extremely biased, right?
Okay.
Like,
Which way?
in this group contains like 3 kids who are in my like favorite idols right now, right?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I'm a big Sakura fan. I'm a big Jennifer fan. I'm a big Chaewon fan, right?
Yeah.
So I'm extremely biased. I think for what it is, I like the chorus a lot. I think
it's catchy.
It's catchy. It's a little more sexy than we're used to getting with SSERAFIM, right? The whole song is kind of like that, right?
It's a little more sultry.
I think it's sultry. I like that.
Yeah.
But does this song like move the needle for them? Probably not, right? Like it doesn't do anything like super memorable, and you'll be like, okay, the song's fine, right? But I don't see this song like popping off or anything like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Anita, do you have any takes?
No, I mean, I pretty much agree with it. I think the sound they're going for is very, like we mentioned with Say My Name. This also feels very kind of low stakes. Like, this is pretty approachable. Also, I don't know, maybe just because I've listened more to Western like music radio, but this feels very general public friendly in the West, at least. So much that I actually heard this song when I was in H&M the other day, and this popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, this fits in with what I would expect to hear at H&M.
It's so short though, this song.
It is. It is.
So short.
It's like 2:25 in reality.
It is. Yeah. But even though it is short, to be honest, I didn't quite notice it because it is quite repetitive. So I feel like I knew what the song sounded like by half of the song, right? So like about a minute in, I feel like, yeah, I kind of get the gist of where this is going to go. But I mean, it's not bad. I guess it's nice. It's nice to listen to, but like you mentioned, it's not gonna, to me at least, it didn't seem like it was something that was gonna raise SSERAFIM in like popularity or bring them down. It was just kind of safe.
Let's talk about let's try to describe what's going on here, right? It's more of this rock inspired, disco inspired arrangement that roots all the way back to Cupid by 50/50. The domino effect that song has had on all of K-pop is fucking mind blowing. This one is a little different though. I'm not gonna say this is just another one of those tracks, because like I do feel like it's a little more sultry. It's a little more. It's
right.
Not just chill and cutesy. It's a little more like you know what I mean. It's hot apparently.
Whoa, relax, dude. Relax.
I'm just saying that's what they decided to say.
I think Yoonjin's really good too on this entire song. Yeah.
The vocals were nice.
The vocals are great.
The vocals were great on this track.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one thing I noticed is like, for me, my biggest positive takeaway with this track, for better or for worse, is the positive rediscovery of Kazuha. Like,
okay, Kazuha's good.
She sounds actually pretty good in this track. Like, not gonna lie.
The pronunciation of the first line is a little weird, I thought.
Nope, I'll let it pass. That's good enough for me.
Okay, in the English version of the track, I had to listen to the subtitles, and then I understood what was going on. But I think it gets a pass because then Chaewon kind of does a weird thing too. So, but the quality of the voice sounded really nice, I thought.
It's okay. I really don't want this to come off the wrong way because it's meant to be a compliment, but this is the first time where I heard her voice and I felt like it belonged where it needed to. Like, so many times I go like listen to a SSERAFIM track, and Kazuha's, whether it's her rap style or the mix or both or her tone, it just feels like it's not fitting in place. And this is the first track where I feel like they managed to produce for everybody, including Kazuha, Sakura, and Unte, who there have been multiple people commenting that maybe they're not the strongest link of the vocal lineup here in this group. This one, I think one of the things I had on my wish list for Crazy, was that it completely ignored the context around what the group was going through, and whether it's intended or not. I think vocally they sound great.
They do.
They do. So I think that for me, I really like that. And also, like, going back to the vocals, if you go into the second verse, that whole top line flow with the rhythm and the rhyme sounds really cool. Like, that is good use of rhyme. They apparently didn't, the producers forgot what rhyme is for Crazy, but came back to Hot and they were like, oh yes, they're machi gachi machi haji, you know what I mean? Like, they remembered what that is again. So I feel like the song, yes, it's very short, but like that whole second verse bit it feels like it's meant to kind of build out of the first chorus quickly and then immediately build back into the second chorus with that da 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 ba ba da ba 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 ba, that upward rhythm, and like that's really cool. It works really well. Is it like the most risk taking, ambitious track that I've heard? Not really, but for what it's worth, I personally enjoyed this way more than Crazy, personally speaking.
Me too.
Really?
Like, way more than Easy. Like, both.
Me too.
Easy, Crazy, Hot is meant to be a trilogy. That is the narrative I have heard for a very long time. Apparently, these 3 tracks have been planned in advance.
Okay, let me make a hot take. This Crazy, not a good song.
Sorry, Easy and Crazy or just Crazy?
Let me just talk about Crazy. I need to think about it.
Okay, just Crazy.
Crazy, the
Pikachu.
I'm a otaku bestie. It's one, and then
it's fun.
You know why I liked Hot so much more? They didn't give Unche like some awkward rap part to just shove it in there. Back in the days, right? Like, I was not a fan of that, and I like Unche, and I was like, why did we give her this part?
I think maybe we don't have SSERAFIM rap in the future. Just saying. I don't know. maybe a take. I think they sound great here.
Or if we want to put rap in, get a rapper to feature on the goddamn song.
Oh.
Is that out of the question?
Yo, SSERAFIM featuring Haeun Kim. SSERAFIM featuring Sick K. SSERAFIM featuring fucking Slime. I don't know, somebody. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay, I listened to Easy 1 second. I think the chorus is good, but there's some other parts that are bad in that too.
Damn, Anita really liked Easy, I remember.
I know she did.
Still do.
And she loves Smart too. She loves Smart as well.
I liked Easy, Smart. I think Crazy was fun. Do I like it as much? No. But I guess this one to me felt too middle of the road in my opinion. Like, because I think with Crazy you either really like it or you kind of hate it. So I feel like I didn't feel anything strong for this track, to be honest. It's nice. I just didn't think it was anything super out there for them.
What I will say, kind of going back to what I was talking about earlier, is that Easy, Crazy, Hot is meant to be a trilogy. That is the narrative I've heard. That this was planned in advance. Crazy didn't address any of the narrative around the SSERAFIM at the time because Crazy was already planned in advance along with Hot, yada, 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 yada. And that's where I go back to saying, I don't know if Hot was meant to address some of the controversy around the SSERAFIM at the time. I still don't think it is, and it's just marketing wise, strategy wise, they were like, oh, we should probably have a vocal heavy track after a very rap heavy track. I think that makes sense.
I have a question. You keep mentioning controversies at the time. Do you want them to address it?
I think it would be a good idea to address it through your music.
I don't think legally they can.
Oh.
Because one of the news this week is the Source lawsuit with Minnie Jin.
No, I'm not talking about the New Jeans thing. I'm talking about the Coachella thing.
The Coachella thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have been a little more specific.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes way more sense now, what you were saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Full transparency for clarification. I'm talking about the Coachella thing, not the Hybe situation.
Man, I had forgotten about that, but you're right. Yeah.
Okay. That being said, like, it's not your fault that you forgot. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just
was pushed under the rug.
That image has stuck with a lot of people. Is what I've noticed within my personal circle, online. It maybe hasn't with everybody online, but like what I've noticed is that kind of thing has kind of stuck. So musically, it would be a really cool thing to kind of disprove that, you know, kind of go back to the earlier roots for LeSserafim and be like, hey, shit, I'm a badass bitch. Don't tell me what to do. I'm a good singer, you know? That was my argument with Crazy. And I'm not saying Hot needs to do this, but it kind of addresses that. So I thought that was really cool. Now,
yeah, the vocals are good for sure.
If I can actually finish what I was trying to say, with Easy, Crazy, Hot, it's meant to be a trilogy. I still don't get how it's supposed to be tied into a trilogy.
It doesn't feel like it.
No.
Well, I know it's a trilogy because you tell me, Warren, but I wouldn't have
Yeah,
thought
exactly.
It. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like people, so many LeSserafim fans have told me it's meant to be a trilogy. You're supposed to tie them together. It'll make sense together. It doesn't. I don't get it.
Does it?
No. Like, here's the thing.
Question mark?
Fearless, Anti-Fragile, Unforgiven, that was meant to be the first trilogy. And I think sound-wise, there was something grounding all of those things together. Concept-wise, there was something grounding all these together. Easy, Crazy, Hot feels like they figured out 3 cool-sounding adjectives and gave each of them a song. I don't know. So, I don't know. Like, that felt a little underwhelming. Maybe I was coming in with stupid expectations about how this was all supposed to fucking work out in the end.
Really? Okay. See, I don't. I think all that tying together is bullshit. In my opinion.
Okay. For full context, like when you covered Crazy, the comment section on YouTube was going fucking buck wild, and people were like, "Oh, Warren, you are mad. It's, you know, Easy, Crazy, Hot is supposed to be a trilogy. It'll all tie together. You know, like so." That's kind of.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Cause the video, the trays are easy, crazy, hot. Wow.
Right.
I just put it all together. Wow. Okay. See, for me, I didn't give a shit. You know, I was like, I thought that was a cool line. I was just disappointed that we had such a cool teaser that like, and we didn't deliver on it. You know.
Oh, the one with where they're walking around and then Inche fucking falls down the stairs
because it had such a Scott Pilgrim aesthetic.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
And they never delivered on it at all, which is a shame because that movie has such a cool vibe to it, the entire thing, right? They just never hit it. And like this music video, for all intents and purposes, it's like it doesn't make any sense, right? Like they dance in a studio. Right? Then they dance in a room, and when they were reviewing their own music video, Kazuha called it the bacon floor room for some reason.
The bacon floor room?
What?
She says it looks like bacon. That's what she said. And then they dance on a beach for like 10 seconds, and then that
shot was really pretty though.
I mean, the aesthetics of it is really cool. They got this like bohemian aesthetic going on now, and it's like don't get me wrong, they are the trendiest group on the scene right now. Like. I was reading going through the Pinterest trend report earlier today because of my job. That's what I do. I'm sorry. And like boho chic was one of them, and like this is definitely in that kind of realm.
You're on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like a lot of the strategy around what LeSserafim pushes out continues to be a little corporate, a little too predictable, and that's what takes away from my interest in this group. But the output of it wasn't actually too bad this time around. I like Hot way more than Easy or Crazy. I think the members sound great. It's a lot more approachable, and the parts that flow really well together. That second verse again, I think that sounds great.
It's not just you either. I see people say that LeSserafim just feels really corporate as a group.
Can I give a shout out though?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you shouting out Chaewon's long hair? Is that what you're shouting out? No.
No, I'm shouting out their B side.
Oh,
B side. Okay, which one?
Is that one?
Come Over is called. And I think this is the one they're performing alongside Hot performances. This one was really cool. I always check out their B-sides because sometimes their B-sides are, in my opinion, sometimes a little cooler, like more unexpected than the title tracks. And this one was really interesting because I found out, based after I watched it and I heard it, some of the people from the band called Jungle, they're a British band, they had a really popular song called Back in 74, very like retro sound. They worked on the song that they are promoting now, Come Over, and you can 100% tell because the sound and the choreography is very reminiscent of that track, the Back in 74. I don't know, it was really cool to see it done in a K-pop group way, like their take on that. And the choreography is really cool. Like from the beginning, they do like this really, really cool domino high kick. So I don't know, check it out because I think that one was a little bit more interesting than Hot performance. But shout out to Jungle because they worked on it too.
I think Hot really the biggest positive takeaway with me with Hot is that I think it's a good blueprint for where LE SSERAFIM can kind of go next. Something that sounds confident, something that has a message about self-love, something that has a lot of strength, but is also easy to listen to, very approachable and sound. I don't know. Overall, maybe I'm not completely convinced about everything, but I don't know. I'm pretty hooked on this.
Right? It's a really catchy song. This one. And they kind of hit the sweet spot too. I've seen it like it's all over my algorithm, this one already. Everywhere. It's so earwormy. I think it's a good song. And I agree with Warren. I don't understand the trilogy at all. So like, yell at me too, guys. I don't get the trilogy, what we were doing with that.
Yeah.
Also, can we make songs longer, please? Like 220 is
Just a little bit.
225 is outrageous in my opinion. I'm gonna start. Should I start taking points off for being too short?
Sure, do it. That sounds fun.
Like,
do it.
How about every 10 seconds under 230 you lose 1 point straight up or something like that?
Does Playboy Cardi get like an extra point because his album is really fucking long?
I mean, I used to listen to progressive rock back in the day where the songs are like 17 minutes long, right? So,
Jeez.
yeah. Like I used to listen to Dream Theater back in the day. They have long ass songs.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi, his new album is 76 minutes long.
Yeah, overall though, I think that LE SSERAFIM is doing well. I like the song. I'm very curious because if we got double trilogies, right? According to them, that means the next song, which will probably be out in the fall, should be completely different, right? If we're on a new trilogy.
No. Their next track, now that their second trilogy is complete, is the next Overwatch collab.
Okay, well, I mean the next real song.
For that too.
I mean, have you seen the state of Overwatch? It's in the shitter, dude.
I don't care. Perfect Now is a fucking banger.
That's a banger.
They need help because they had to concede. So here's some video game lore going on, right?
All right. What's going on?
So last year, Marvel Rivals came out, which is essentially Overwatch, right? It's a hero-based shooter, right? And it just took all of their people, went to Marvel Rivals, right? Everyone left.
Okay.
They're hoping LE SSERAFIM helps out, right? Whatever. But
brings them back.
they also, like, the problem with, here's the inherent problem. They promised that Overwatch 2 would be a different game than Overwatch 1. They're like, at the start, the games are going to be similar, but we're going to add in player versus the environment. We're going to add something. They canceled all the new shit. It's the same game now as Overwatch 1. It makes no sense. They ended up releasing the same exact game, and they have a competitor now, so they're scrambling. They reintroduced loot boxes because everyone wanted them back, and they had to finally admit after 5 years that they were wrong, or 3 years that they were wrong for getting rid of them. Like, it's a mess, that game. So hopefully the SSERAFIM song's good though, because the last one was good.
It was, yeah.
You know what Blizzard should do with Overwatch 2? They should shut it down and make Overwatch 3. That'll solve all their issues.
Blizzard's really screwed in general because their other giant property, the Diablo 4, was supposed to be a big game.
Yeah,
but
that didn't really
their
happen.
competitors releasing the second iteration of their game, and they're effed on that end too.
Oh shit.
Because Path of Exile is way better than Diablo is. So Blizzard's kind of effed in general, but hopefully they could still release good songs for SSERAFIM. That's what we're hoping.
You know what Blizzard should do? If I was Blizzard, I would release StarCraft 3. There you go. That'll solve all their issues.
You think anyone wants to play like RTSs other than in Asia? You know?
You mean specifically in Korea? No.
Yeah, right. We'll see. Let's pivot to the last song. We got NMIXX, Know About Me. They are from JYP. Last song's High Horse, which we covered last week. It got a 7.08, which is a solid score. We have See That and Dash. Now we have Know About Me. I'm gonna preface this. This song, we're gonna get the SojuScore eventually. It's got a massive score, guys.
Oh shit.
A massive score.
Shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Now I wanted to preface it because I need to be convinced about this song.
What?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Why?
What?
Why? Why, Doug? What's wrong? What's happening?
Okay. You have to explain to this. Move your mouth. Say something.
Okay.
We're a podcast. Say something.
I thought through the first verse into the chorus, great. I enjoyed it. I thought we're doing something different.
Okay.
It's fun.
Okay.
I didn't expect this. The vocals are great. You know, we got Lily doing her thing. I thought Bae was really good on this track.
Agreed.
Fusion's doing fine.
Agreed.
And then there's some parts of this song which I think are really egregiously bad.
Okay.
Which
like. Point your fingers.
I'm gonna have to point the finger.
Point the
I
finger.
think this Jew rap segment, like, what are we doing there?
Kill the doubt.
And then-
I don't want it. Kill a few. I don't want it. That part.
And then I haven't palated my dislike of that rap section. And then the dance break is essentially just that sound, but without the rapping, right? It's essentially that. It like doubles down on that sound.
It does,
And I'm still
yes.
processing her rapping. So I'm like, and you could still kind of hear like semblances of that rap verse in the dance break. So we
Right.
got that going on. But then we go back to the chorus, which I thought was really kind of, I wouldn't call it experimental, but it's out there for NMIXX. And I was like, that's cool. We're on a spaceship now. I like going to space, Interstellar, you know?
Yes,
I thought that was
it's
fun.
Really cool.
Yeah, the music video was basically Interstellar.
Do you guys know Yamamoto by any chance?
What is this? A film?
우주전함 Yamamoto, like space.
Oh,
Ship-
Space Marine?
Yeah,
Is it a Space Marine type
Yamamoto.
thing?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's I was getting vibes with that. Okay, let's step back for a second. Jew rap section. I agree. Does not sound good. Personally, to start the discussion from the low point, I think what holds NMIXX back at the moment is Jew's rap. She has, personally speaking, come a long way from OO. Like I went because of autoplay. I was going through NMIXX tracks today, and because of autoplay, OO came on, and then Hook Hook Shook Shook came on, and I was like, oh, okay. I forgot what she sounded like at this point of her career. She sounds a lot better. She sounds way better. But I have noticed that regardless of them leaning onto mixed pop or whatever they want to call it, they are essentially leveraging hip hop as the core of their sound, particularly with this one, like a minimal trap beat. You know what I mean? In order to carry the sound, we need a better rapper. I don't think there's a better way to go about it. There was at some point in the last couple comebacks a collab with Kid Millie called Sicko. For better or for worse, with that track, it became very clear to me that there's a bit of a gap here that needs to be filled. It is yet to be filled with Know About Me, but personally, I found the other parts of the song incredibly compelling to the point where I was like, you know what? I will overlook that. That's fine. It's okay. G was doing her best over here. The youngest member, actually second youngest member of the group, whatever. I'll let it pass. I'll let it slide.
I don't think anyone could have made that section good. I don't think it's a her problem. I think it's a section problem.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say too, because I think it maybe the issue might be where it needed to match more of the energy of the song in a way, because I kind of agree with that in that break section towards the end. We are kind of shifting gears a little bit, and it's not. I don't think it was wrong to do it. I just think sometimes the vocal delivery maybe was not the correct one to give. I don't know.
That's where I disagree, because like I felt like it was a very obvious choice on the production end to create a level of contrast there. It was meant to provide something different, to change the pace a little bit, and to build into that industrial section that Doug was talking about with with the bunch of bass and they start looping her voice. Regardless, I don't think it worked out. I agree. But the rest of the track, I don't know. Between you and me, Anita, I think you and I can agree that this sounds fucking fantastic.
The minute I heard the beat,
I can agree with that too.
Oh no, you're not in this party anymore. We're kicking you out.
Doug is joining us.
Can I say one more problem about that rap section into what it leads to, the dance break?
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
The problem also with this dance break is they show about 2.5 seconds of actual dancing in the dance break, and then they show just like random images. I think it just completely ruins the vibe. Like they keep panning away from what I'm supposed to be seeing.
Okay. Devil's advocate, I didn't see that as a dance break. It just sounded like a break in the song to me.
It functionally in this song, it is a dance break though.
But functionally in the song, it also serves as a change up.
Yeah, but
I think it could be both.
Yeah, like I didn't even register that it's a dance break. It's just, to me, it was out of the bridge.
I mean, it's clearly a dance break.
I'm just saying.
Sequence.
I look forward to the live stages to see what they do there, but
I see your point though. I'm playing the devil here.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I think that part sounds really cool too. Like it could have been. I think it could have been a little more industrial, but like I mean, at that point, I'm nitpicking really. But the rest of the song sounds good, yeah.
No, I was gonna say the minute I heard the beat, because the way it starts, I didn't know exactly where we were gonna go, and then the beat came in, and then the vocals, and I thought like, oh, this is not what I was prepared for, having heard High Horse last week, and just looking at some of their concept videos that they had been releasing. This was really cool. I don't think NMIXX has explored this too much, or at least not in the title track. Maybe they have in the B-sides, and I haven't heard it. But I thought this was really nice. I think, as always, this was very much suited to highlight the vocal strength of the group.
Yeah.
The way, and I say this because the beat is cool, but it's nothing like super complex. It's nothing like new, or I've never heard of something like this before.
It's got like 4 instruments.
Right. I think the vocals added a lot to it. Like the way, especially in the chorus. I love how the chorus starts, because I think it really breaks your expectation by just how it says the show you that part, and then the more like typical vocal melody, and then the back and forth. I thought that was really, really nice. I really like how the vocal direction has been going for NMIXX. And visually, I just thought it was really cool. I think I like this. I'll say it again. This felt like a better, more unique take on like the corporate aesthetic that has been super popular lately. This felt like
this counts too.
Doing something
in corporate core.
Anita, this is just like a sterile sci-fi music like video.
They're not in the office,
right?
Anita. Nah.
Okay, it's not in the office. They're in the airport.
Sci-fi.
Right.
They're in the airport. But I think there's something, I don't know. I like how they directed this in the shots and like the.
I mean, it is very liminal spacey, this entire music video, right?
Right. The airport, like, I don't know. I thought it was something cool, and also like adding the water, like underwater theme too, made it a little like it made it stand out to me, at least, where we're doing more than like the sleek, chic, cool concept that I feel like it's quite popular. So I'm liking this. I thought this was really, really nice.
I definitely agree. The visuals are great. The song aesthetic is really cool. The marketing lingo around the track, is like, like there are momentary explosions of energy and ruthless soundscape, with NMIXX. And I'm like, fucking marketing mumbo jumbo soundscape. And I listen to it and I'm like, okay, I could call this a soundscape, because like you mentioned, it does so much to highlight what is clearly this group's strength. The arrangement takes no doubt in utilizing that to the fullest extent. Like that whole build up from the first chorus to the second chorus, where they kind of build out of the first chorus, but they don't really fully do it, and then they immediately go back into Lily doing her section, but like she builds up a lot more than the first time they did that build up run. That was great. I'm so glad that they saved her for that moment. Oh my god, you know what I mean? Choruses, for some reason, that chorus really works really well too. Like the beat was minimal. That whole like, let me show you that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I love that.
I love it. Sometimes something about it works really fucking well. Like, maybe it's the beat cut that happens and they sound really a cappella all of a sudden. I don't know.
True, yeah.
Clearly, this group is aware that... Sorry, this company is aware that this group's strongest strength is the vocal talent of this group.
Which it is, for sure.
It is. Like, they've been on Tiny Desk. Like, they have gone viral with, clips. They did that fucking dumbass marketing stint a couple years ago. Remember that? Where, like, they
didn't know it, but, like, yeah, it turned out to be
right.
planned.
Like...
Explain what. Tell people at home what you mean by this marketing thing.
Well, I don't remember exactly when it happened, but like they were performing at a college, and then mid-performance, their backing track suddenly dropped, and NMIXX finished their performance, to the end without without the proper appropriate AR vocals, the AR tracks. And later it came out that it was meant to be a marketing stunt to show how talented NMIXX is and how great their vocals are. I don't know. That feels a little stupid, especially if you think about the fact that people hired this group to do things. You know what I mean? Contrast, this track does a great job of highlighting those things. The ad-libs that are thrown all over the track sounds great, but it's not like the track is like underbuilt either. Like it still has the appropriate rhythms. The bass sounds great for what it's worth. The little whoop synth, the whoop 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 sounds like that sounds very clean. It's very toned down. It's very mature sounding, and it is
true.
I don't know, a great way to do a couple things, right? I haven't checked out the rest of their album, but we're clearly building off of the narrative and the themes that High Horse built. I don't know if there's a specific particular, narrative that brings together FE304. Kind of like SSERAFIM, I'm not exactly sure what ties all of this together, except for the fact that maybe their album covers are kind of bluish, and then, maybe their tracks are hip-hop based. This one in particular, I don't know, feels a lot more industrial, feels a lot more clean, feels a lot more sterile, but like I mean that as a compliment, you know what I mean? Like it's very sharp. That's the word I'll use.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
As much as I wasn't the biggest fan of Ju's rap section, I thought she did a great job on the first chorus. Exactly. I thought Bae was really good in this music video in general. Something about these... okay, this is a music video that fit the song perfectly, whatever's going on.
100%.
It fits so well. It's a great music video as it stands. Also, like, NMIXX is doing well. Like, they sold 400K the first day. Like, it's weird because they're selling a lot of albums, right? But at the same time, they feel underrated still, which is weird. I don't know.
Because they're not typically in the big three discussion. You know what I mean?
No.
I feel like in order to join the big three discussion, you need to have that big banger, killer, popular track. The Next Level and Savage, or like Eve Psyche, or like Love Dive. Like NMIXX hasn't had that yet. They have been continually building from what I think is the lowest point in their career, and
the beginning. Yeah.
I don't know. Talk to me about but on the contrary, I almost could be convinced that they might maybe not need one. They're on a great trajectory at the moment. They're building popularity through, moments of social media with Bae, and then obviously,
Variety.
Oh Hae-won. She was on Sixth Sense last weekend. I know that clip.
I watched
viral.
it.
Yeah.
I watched it. Yeah.
The clip of her yapping back to You Just Luck was going viral everywhere. So I know it's clearly working.
They got a lot going for them right now, and I
Yeah.
think that they're
Good.
quietly building up a really good discography.
This is
Probably under a lot of people's noses.
yeah. This is the group I'm most excited about at this moment. That's crazy. We've come
All right.
so long from OO.
All right, while we've been talking about the song,
Okay.
I've been listening to it on repeat the entire time, right?
No, you can't change your score, Doug.
Are you convinced?
We didn't give a score yet. I could change the score.
okay, that's
Don't
fair.
you tell me what I could do.
Okay,
What?
Okay, that's fair.
You don't know about me, is what I'm going to say. What?
I know your name is Doug.
Get off your high horse. Do you see that? Ah. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, let's dash to the other big releases.
Shut up!
They included SF9's Love Race, new beat pre-debut with Hiccups, Hoshi and Uzi with Stupid Idiot, which is the B-side, At Heart, pre-debut, Good Girl at Heart. The Boys released VVV, The Wind released Only One, and Yugi released Radio, which is interesting because she released the audio of this song in like October, but then they finally released the song on like Spotify today.
Oh.
So I don't know what that's about, but that happened. All right, SojuScore is the wait. Should I even let me describe it again? SojuScore is the segment where we're gonna score the new releases. An average song gets a 5. The scoring ranges are from 0 to 10. Songs with an average of 7.3 or higher will enter the Hall of Spice. Last week, episode 318, we had NMIXX High Horse got a 7.08. Jenny Like Jenny got a 7.68 and entered the Hall of Spice, first song this year to do it. We had J-Hope Sweet Dreams featuring Miguel, 5.55. Yeji Air got a 7.24. I probably should have got a higher score now that we've had a week to listen to it. Sugi's Baby Not Baby got a 6.03. Honestly, at the time, I thought the gap between Yeji and Sugi wasn't that big, but now that I've listened to both songs, it's a Grand Canyon between those two songs.
Man.
Ooh.
The 4 songs this week are XG, Is This Love, Say My Name, ShaLaLa, SSERAFIM Hot, NMIXX, Know About Me. All right, first song, XG, Is This Love. I'm gonna give this one a 7.
Wow.
I don't think it's
Okay.
an amazing track, but it's. I would recommend this to people. It's pretty good.
I thought you hated the song. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
expected a lower score. To
Same.
be honest.
No, I think when I say XG's floor is high, like I don't think any XG songs below like a 6 or a 7. Like
Ooh.
that's what I mean.
Okay.
You know?
All right. That's fair.
I was between a 7 or an 8 for this one.
Wow. She.
Because I guess I could overlook some of the things that I didn't quite love in the visuals aspect, right? The music video and the use of AI and all that. But you know what? I'm gonna give it an 8.
Wow, that's a
I
strong
liked it.
8 from
Wow.
Anita. That's a rare score.
This is rare.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
This is these rare earth minerals right now. Yes.
Damn. Now I feel bad about my score.
It's a 6, isn't it?
No, it's a 7. I
really?
still like the song.
Oh, it's a
I think
7?
Okay,
That's
great.
fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah.
good.
I'm shocked by an 8. That's all I'll say. Oh my god.
I really like this. I
Okay.
do like it.
Wow.
Well, SojuTalk Nation and the Gochu Gang also voted. They gave XG's Is This Love a 7 on the dot.
7.
What? Wow. On the dot.
Wait, what is this? Okay.
As a result, XG's Is This Love receives 7.25, does not make all the spice.
Oh man, that's so close.
That was close.
The next song, we got Say My Name, ShaLaLa. For if we take it in context, like as the song, but not like how I feel about how safe this is. It's a fun song too, right? I would give this one a 7 as well, honestly.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Enjoyed it. I think it was fun. The rap, not the best way to showcase it, I would say. So I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay. Not a 9. Damn.
Yeah, I'm not particularly feeling this one. I don't feel a particular need to recommend this track. I have a middle of the road 5.
All right.
SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave Say My Name ShaLaLa a 6.62. So y'all were a little bit low, and as a result, it receives 6.16.
All right.
Okay. The next song we have is SSERAFIM's Hot.
Oh.
You know, guess what I'm gonna give? Another 7. I liked all the songs this week were fine.
Wow.
7 right now.
I liked all the songs this week. I was having a great time.
This one, I was between a 5 and a 6, to be honest.
That okay. Give it what
But
you want.
you know what? After our discussion, I kind of see the good points, and I don't hate this song. I just wish it was a little more. So I'm gonna give it a 6.
You say that's a bad thing. A 6 is good. For me, the song is good. It's my biggest complaint for what it's worth was the fucking break in the music video. Oh my god, that was so long.
Yeah.
I've complained about it 4 years
Not
ago. I'll still complain about
necessarily.
it. Yeah, I don't know. I think the song's great. It's not very risky, but like, at this point, SSERAFIM's tried a lot of risks. I'm very content with them doing safer things. So yeah, it was a 6 for me.
SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They scored SSERAFIM's Hot with a 6 on the dot. So
Wow.
as a result, it receives a 6.25. You know, I believe at some point today, I like mocked some of these scores and I had XG at an 8, I think, which would have put it in Hall of
You
Spice.
did.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm pretty sure I did.
How unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, we got NMIXX Know About Me. I'm not. I was between coming into the show. I was actually gonna give this a 6 or a 7, right?
That's still a good score.
Yeah, because of our discussion, I'm gonna give it the higher of the two. I had all 7s this week. I liked all the songs, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I had a good week. I didn't think anything
7.
was like groundbreakingly amazing, personally, for my taste. But I did not dislike any of the songs. Although
Pretty good.
this NMIXX song took a long ass time for me to like
Really?
get it. Honestly,
I mean, that's fine.
All right.
You know, it's not for
Well, you'll
everybody.
get
I
it.
think. Yeah.
I got it eventually though. 8, Anita. It's getting an 8 or a 9.
10.
It's an 8. It didn't take that long for me. I'm liking this. I'm gonna listen to it quite a bit. I'm looking forward to the live stages. I'm looking forward to the set designs, the styling. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So it's an 8.
In all honesty, my biggest critique of the song was less of Ju's rap, but more so the outro being completely missing. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say it's the perfect song, but the things that I like about the song excite me so much that I just can't ignore it.
It's a 9, isn't it?
No, it's an 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
you wouldn't consider this for like best song of the year? It wouldn't be in that video.
It just doesn't feel like a 9 for me. It just feels like an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang also voted. They gave this song 7.45.
Wow.
And as a result, this gets a
There we
7.61 entering the Hall
There
of
we
Spice
go.
and Mixes Know About Me.
There we go.
Honestly, this one's pretty deserved, I feel. Even though I only gave it a 7, I wish I could have gave it half scores, but we're not allowed to. Hey, it is our second song in the Hall of Spice class of 2025 alongside Jenny Like Jenny. So, you know, we're picking it up. We're picking it up the pace here, guys.
I'm glad we didn't change the bar. I think the bar is appropriate where it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Because if we had changed the bar, they'd be like 5 songs in right now. I think. Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally. So I think we made the right call here, guys. So the scores are: XG Is This Love got a 7.25, Say My Name ShaLaLa got a 6.16, SSERAFIM Hot got a 6.25, NMIXX Know About Me got a 7.61. Entered the Hall of Spice. Boom. I think that's been pretty fair. I think these are some good scores. All right. I also think 2025 has clearly started. You remember how we said like we weren't sure? Yeah. The last 2 weeks have shown it's definitely started.
We're here.
But
yeah.
We're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, first off, we have G-Dragon with Too Bad. One in Show Champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. So 8 wins so far.
Crazy.
Congrats. Yeah. And then Hearts to Hearts. First win ever on the show for The Chase.
Wow.
Big congrats to them.
I also think this song is way like better than I initially thought.
The Chase?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a grower.
It's a grower. Yeah. It's a good song. How many days did it take them? I don't have it off the top of my head. It was like less than 10 days, I think, for them to win this.
Yeah.
Which is
a little less than 2 weeks.
Kind of crazy.
I will admit, like, kind of on the same note, like, Kiki's I Do Me has grown on me a lot.
I do me. Yeah.
That has grown on me a lot. Man, I'm excited for the debut next week.
It took them 15 days to win. With,
wow. No, 2 weeks about.
And also, this G-Dragon song is pretty viral, by all accounts, at this point. I see particularly the dance break, the Bada dancing. I've seen it everywhere, Anita, in the past week.
It's
Bada dancing. Yeah. Yes. I've seen it all over the place. I believe, it's number 1 in Korea. It did 222 hours of perfect all kill. This song did. Wow. So about 9 days of perfect all kills. So
G-Dragon.
How much people like that song?
He's back.
All right, that ends part 1 SojuTalk episode 320. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it. Part 2 of episode 320. We're going to talk about some news and events from the past week. So the first thing, the second hearing for Source Music's lawsuit against Minijin has been rescheduled for May. Oh. This is not the hearing. This is not the lawsuit that we talked about last week. This is a separate lawsuit, guys. This is not the big NewJeans upholding the contract and advertiser thing. This is what this one's about. So the second hearing was originally set for today. It's been rescheduled to May. Source requested a delay. The lawsuit filed in July 2024 seeks 500 million Korean won for alleged defamation and business disruption. So Source is suing Minijin for defamation and business disruption. That's what this one is.
Okay.
So I just included this here because just so you know, there's a bunch of other lawsuits that have to do with the whole situation going on.
There's a lot.
Thank you for making that clarification. I was very confused.
I also heard that they in terms of the lawsuit we talked about last week, right? The contract and advertising lawsuit, the big one, is that they had until like Thursday last week to submit more evidence for the upcoming stuff on that trial. So you guys are probably going to get another deep dive in the next month or so. You know, the really long episode. Another one of those is going to happen apparently. Right. So there's that. That's all we really have about this conflict still. The next thing, this is a spicy meatball that I included this week.
Okay.
If you are looking at the screen, essentially what is on the screen is the Blackpink girls, right? They all released solo albums within the past like 6 to 9 months now, right? This graphic shows first day Spotify streaming numbers, first day Hanto, which is essentially into consumers' hands Korea album sales. Then we have first week Spotify, first week Hanto sales. So I just wanted to talk about this because it is the informative thing about how well these solo albums did.
Okay. Okay, that's okay.
And on the screen, it has each girl's a solo debut project and also the recent album that they all released.
Okay.
So it has both of them.
So we have on the list here by row, we have Rosie by Rose, Ruby by Jenny, Alter Ego by Lisa, and then Amortage by Jisoo, but also Me by Jisoo, R by Rose, Lalisa by Lisa, and Solo by Jenny, which are the older releases when they were
let's
YG.
mostly focus on the newer stuff, right? Obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
First thing, when you look at this first column, first day Spotify, 3 of these are very high, right? Rose's at 33 million streams, Jenny's at 29 million, Lisa's at 23 million, Jisoo's at 5 million. That's a pretty big difference.
There's a gap. Yeah.
Now, we know with Jisoo, she's mostly focused in Korea, right? Not as much globally. So that does make sense. But it's a 4 times difference. That's a big difference.
That's a big gap. Yeah, no. I don't know. You guys have a better grasp on the Western audience than I do. Is that expected here? Like, is that kind of shocking? What are we thinking?
I mean, to be honest, that kind of checks out because I don't think I saw or heard Jisoo promoted as much in the West.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's.
I mean, also, it's the most like K-pop sounding out of the 4.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of checks out. But what about the Hanto numbers, album sales in Korea, Doug?
No. One thing I want to point out is that what's interesting to me is that the Apata music video dropped on October 18th, right?
Yes.
So it was after a long while. But this Rose thing on day 1, just given like the names that were featured and herself, it has the highest. That's surprising to me considering we had such a long build up to Lisa. I mean, we had such a long build up to Lisa and Jenny's stuff, right? But Rose still has the highest first day streaming numbers. What I'm saying is Apata blew up later, right?
It got
massive later, but Rose still had the highest streaming numbers on the first day.
I mean, I think wasn't Apatsu already big by the time Rosie dropped?
I don't remember off the top of my head. That's why I was.
I think it was. Yeah.
Was it?
I think so because I think. I think it was before the full album dropped.
Yeah, Doug, they had a whole month and a half between Rosie and Apatsu. I feel like by the time
I think
Rosie
that makes
dropped,
sense then, looking at the numbers.
I'm stupid. You want to hear why I'm stupid? Okay. I got confused about how they formatted the dates because they didn't do it the American way.
Oh, I see.
I thought, based on this graphic, that Rose's album released in June and not December.
No. Yeah, no, because it was fall. It was in the November.
Up to release. Okay.
For context for our listeners at home, it says 6/12/2024. That's December 6th, 2024, not June 12th.
Yeah, and I was confused because I said this Rose music video released in October. Why does she have the highest? I thought based on this thing it released in June, and I was like, how did she get so many streams initially? This makes so much more sense now. I'm an idiot. Okay.
You're good. No worries.
Let's go to Hanto. So Hanto is a chart that essentially tells you how many albums ended up in people's hands in Korea on the first day, like physically sold to consumers. Rose, 316,000. Jenny, 386,000. Lisa, 30,000. Jisoo, 385,000.
I have a very quick question. Is Hanto chart exclusively sales in Korea or global?
Exclusively in Korea.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. I mean, Lisa's like 10x less than the other 3 girls, right?
It's
10x
crazy.
less.
Yeah.
Is that not crazy?
I mean, in all honesty, Lisa is noticeably the least popular member in Blackpink in Korea, and like Blink does happen to be a fandom that has a huge presence outside of Korea to begin with, so like it's not the craziest thing, but like 10 times difference, that's kind of shocking. I'm not gonna lie.
I expected it, right, but not this big. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was a little like surprising to be completely honest. I thought like, you know, if Lisa was sitting at like 150K or something, I would think, okay, that makes sense. But you know, it might also just come to how her company and RCA decided to distribute, right? They might have decided to just not like make a humongous effort in general to sell this album in Korea specifically, right? It's also some of that as well.
I do wanna pause real quick and say this Hanto chart 4.0 thingamajig has it looks like they're focusing worldwide stores. That's what it says. It says I'm looking at the physical album chart. It says it's the world's one and only real-time music chart. The album sales from 1,100 stores worldwide are added and automatically created into the chart.
Really? Okay, they must have updated that because back in the day it wasn't, right? So
I think it was like one of the 4.0 updates or some bullshit that they're going after.
So now it's global.
But so this is global. But that well, that shifts narrative a little bit, because then we're saying sales on Lisa albums. Do we have hardcore Lisa fans in the room with us? Where are they? You know what I mean? Like, regardless of Korea or America, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's even more surprising then.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
How would you explain that?
Next we have the first week Spotify streaming numbers. Rose on the back of Apata 180 million, Jenny 158 million,
Wow.
Lisa 90 million, Jisoo 27 million.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, that's kind of reflected. Like it's kind of the same ratios, you know, as what we saw in the first column, right? So it really seems that Jisoo is very Korean centric in terms of her fandom, in terms of who's listening to the music, whereas the other girls seem to have a lot more international listeners going, especially Rose, because Apata blew up, and then Jenny's team has been pushing her into Western media real hard. You know, I've seen her on like everything.
For sure.
And then lastly, the Hanto first week sales. So these are the album sales after 1 week. Rose 444K, Jenny 661K, Lisa 167K, and Jisoo 520K. So the gap was made up to a pretty decent extent, right? We went from like 10x down to like 2 to 3x. So I don't know what that means, but if you had told me, like, if you had asked me before I saw these numbers, like, who's selling the most albums, right? I would have probably thought Jenny, but it seems that, like, Jisoo sells a lot, because if you look at her last thing, Me, in 2023, she sold 1.1 million. Look at that number.
Damn.
Wow.
Right? And even ShaLaLa back in 2021 sold 700K. But then Alter Ego, 4 years later, has 167K.
That makes you think, doesn't it?
Right? A lot of this, like, I don't know what any of these patterns. I'm just looking at the straight numbers. But number one, we all know that album sales are down in general for everyone, typically. So that clearly is attributed to a lot of it. But I think a lot of the bigger story here is that the original first 4 things that we got released for these girls was while they were still under YG and had the YG distribution going on, right? Now they're all at different companies, you know, Rose's, and I think at Columbia Records or whatever. Now we're having these, like, a little bit of non-Korean companies trying to figure out the Korean distribution landscape as well, if you think about it, right? Because they might not be as familiar as YG is with that. So that might explain why the numbers are just down for them as well, I would assume. A lot to think about. I'm kind of shocked that, like, my biggest takeaways here is I'm shocked at Jisoo's Spotify numbers, right? and I'm surprised at Lisa Hanto numbers. Those are my biggest takeaways.
Given that Hanto claims to be global and Spotify also technically is a worldwide service, including Korea. I mean, obviously most of the Korean listeners are not on Spotify. I feel like it's a little difficult to draw a pattern within country-specific fandoms per se, but it does reveal a lot about like how much of an impact that they're having with the general public versus like the core fandom. Like it's to me it's very clear that there are a lot of Jennie hardcore fans here. On the other hand, Rosie has a lot of casual listeners, which makes sense because Rosie's album is, for better or for worse, very casually approachable. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's the craziest pattern to this extent, with Lisa first day sales sitting at 30K and then week sales sitting at 16.7K. That's a little shocking. I'm not gonna lie.
167.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. It's a little lower than I thought it would be.
You know what's my other takeaway? This is a positive takeaway.
Okay.
These Blackpink girls in 1 week since their releases sold 1.6 million albums combined.
Wow.
Oh, combined.
Yeah.
Is that not ridiculous?
That's crazy. Yeah.
On solo projects, they sold 1.6 million albums combined.
Firepower, yeah.
And these are just the 1 week sales, so they're higher. So it's probably more like 2 million combined.
Now that we have all the projects out, Rosie, Ruby, Alter Ego, Amartaj, which one are your favorites?
I think the best project, I think the best song or successful, obviously Apata. I think the best project has been Jennie's Ruby, for sure.
Right? That's what it's feeling like for me. Yeah.
I think Lisa came on strong initially, but then Jennie just hit it like her first track, Mantra, was the worst out of what she did, right? It got better and better. Like the quality got better and better as we went on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. It really feels like now it just feels like I'm using every opportunity to talk about how good Jennie is, but it really does feel like one of the, if not the K-pop album of the year. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a little shocking, but like also maybe deserved. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
as the Macho Man Randy Savage used to say, "The cream rises to the top." Yeah. Shout out to Macho Man. Yeah, I think as a whole, the solo run for all four has been extremely successful.
Oh, yes.
This world tour is going to be massive, and the next song that they release is going to be humongous, right?
Yeah.
Well,
we have casual Rosé listeners now. We got regular people listening to Jennie and Lisa, right? This next song is going to have to be like the banger of the bangers, is it not?
Well, their album's dropping sometime second quarter this year, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how you were going to live up to these expectations, right?
I just hope it's not like another typical Blackpink joint, not gonna lie. No. Do you want another How You Like This?
How you like that?
How you like that? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, here's the thing. If they released the doo-doo-doo-doo right now, right? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, people would go crazy, wouldn't they not? Like, if you look at when they're touring, it's in the summer primarily, right?
Summer
it's
banger.
gonna have to be a summer banger.
I don't know. Release a summer banger, but like, I have some beef with the way YG produces Blackpink's music. And like, if anything, this solo run has proved to me that there is so much more that these folks can do outside of the typical Blackpink title track. So
all I know is that the tour starts July 5th and the main part of the summer one ends in Wembley on August 15th, right?
Wow.
So it's a straight summer, dead summer timing.
Summer.
I really wonder what they're gonna release. It's gonna be the most interesting thing of the year, I think. All right, let's keep going. Let's get back to the news. Okay, we gotta talk about this. Everyone decided to announce competition shows this week.
Oh,
so the first one, 첫사랑, I Chillin', Dream Node, Purple Kiss, Lightsum and Wua are set to compete in the second season of the survival show A-Idol. Each round, groups will perform and then be evaluated, scored by the AI producer. Yeah, what was her name? It was on the screen for a sec. I don't want to play the music. Leodia. This is the producer.
Lodi AI.
Lodi AI.
AI.
This person is judging them.
That's just idol and backwards. Fuck me. Okay.
People are not happy about this because that video. There's a part of this video. It writes 6 K-pop idol teams who have lost their shine. That's in the video.
Dang.
Is that not bad manners to include that? Like, look at this.
It's a bit shady, yeah.
There's better ways to word that. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So it's the second season because they had like a season 1 in Japan in like 2020, 2019, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's coming to Korea. We're doing an AI show.
I don't know. Like, I sincerely hope that it is not AI marketed as AI, like the tech buzzword marketing approach to AI, not the actual like.
Is it gonna?
It's like actual AI is not good enough to evaluate this kind of fucking shit yet.
Is it gonna be like, hey, Nana from Wua, your face is so pretty and symmetrical, 10 out of 10. You know, like, is that what the AI is gonna do? Like what is it gonna do?
I don't know, man.
It's like you guys were a little bit pitchy at this point. You get a shit score. You know, like, is that what the AI is gonna do?
AI is not good at catching that at the moment.
So I don't know how this is.
This is just weird, man. Fuck me. This is just weird.
It is weird.
AI.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna watch at least the first episode when it happens. I'm gonna watch at least the first episode. So there's that one. Honestly, the funny thing about this is like there's more controversial shows this week that we're talking about. There's an even more controversial show.
Good. Yeah.
So this one, there's a survival show called Under 15, which is already wild in the first place. 39 participants between 9 to 15 years old.
9.
And the main kid you see in the discussion is there's this girl here. She's 9 and she looks like she's about 6.
Why? Here's the thing. Like, I'm not against like kids who are like very talented and they have the desire to like, you know, perform and learn and grow, right? Like, that's fine. I just don't know if the way this is being marketed to like specifically focusing on the age and like the appeal is that they're that young.
Oh, fuck me. That's weird.
It's uncomfortable. Because I feel like you can have shows like, for example, like I'm thinking like The Voice Kids, right? Like they go on the show, they sing, and some of them are very, very talented, and you get to see that. But it's not really focused on, how should I say, on their age, right? Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
It is. I don't think that's exactly it because you know, The Voice Kid. It's a kid show, so we know it's on the age, right? But I think the difference is the context of what K-pop is in 2025.
Okay, yeah, that too.
I think that's the more shocking thing. You know, like this is crazy.
No.
This is 9-year-old is ridiculous.
This is completely indefensible, and I'm like, I have no idea how they managed to get 8 different celebrities to show up as like a judge on this shit. Like,
who's judging?
You want to know? You want to know the judge lineup, Anita?
Sure. Yeah.
We got Taesung of Big Bang. We got Sandra Park of 21. We got Hyungji from Kara. We got Hyojung of, is that Oh My Girl? Oh My Girl.
Yep.
You got Dongpyo. You know who Dongpyo is. You got Jang Jin-young, Baek Gu-young, and Reddy. As
Baek Gu-young, the choreographer. Yeah.
Yes, Baek Gu-young, the 1 million guy.
Oh
wait, no, Reddy from 1 million, not Reddy the rapper. Sorry.
1 million.
Answered.
Hey, you know what's okay? Off the record, guys. Give me a second. It's wild that Sandra Park is hosting a show about young people, considering the controversy she's had in the last month, guys.
No, it's fucking weird, man.
It's wild.
It's fucking crazy.
Anita, are you aware of this?
No.
All right, everyone, off the record. Don't hold me to this. People found a Sandra Park thing that was on TV a while ago, right? Someone dug it up where she was talking to Minji and she essentially said, when I was 19, I lied to a 14-year-old that I was younger so I could date him.
That's just it
can't, yeah. And then she had to like, she tried to defend herself, and she like doubled down on it. But there's clearly a clip of her talking about it.
I mean, like,
it was very uncomfortable.
Let's be real in the general scope of like Korean media at the moment. We have a, you know,
massive
an actress.
Controversy right now.
Right, we have an actress who committed suicide, and now we have evidence coming out that she dated another actor who was 12 years older than her while she was fucking what, 15. I just think there's no way this is a good idea. Like,
the optics are horrendous. Like, it's horrendous.
There's no way to play the fucking devil's advocate.
No.
I'm sorry. Like, okay, here's the thing. For a lot of these controversies, I try to look at things from both perspectives. And a lot of these times when you have these conversations, you will find Warren here talking about, well, you see, from, you know, it's company's perspective, you know, like, from Mailbangzong Network's perspective, I don't know what the perspective is. Who thought this is a good idea?
Who greenlit this?
Who fucking greenlit this?
Yeah, so we got this. We have the current issue in Korea, the big controversy, which I'm sure a lot of you, I'm not going to name it off the top of my head. We have Sandra Park as the first listed like
Judge.
master on this show, which is crazy, right? Considering what happened in the last month with her. And we got 9-year-old on this show. It's insane.
It's just, you're under 15. You should be either in school or playing in the playground or going to fucking math house.
Yes.
End of story.
And some of these 15-year-olds, you're a trainee, but you ain't gonna debut for like 4 years. You know, like. So I don't know. I just want to bring that up. So there's that one.
This is weird. I'm sorry. Let's just move on.
Next one. So there's 2 other shows that got announced. Mnet is having a band competition.
Okay.
So they're looking for talented next generation global band members. So there's gonna have a band competition show on Mnet.
This is proof that band music is popular right now.
And then SBS is partnering with SMCNC. They're gonna have a ballad competition show.
Ballad.
Called Our Ballad.
Just singing.
And in the press release, they like name drop K-pop star, and they say like you could be Akmu or BB or whatever,
or Jung Seung-wan or Carter Garden.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a ballad competition show too.
Can you scroll down real quick? Oh man, okay. We're looking for a person to sing the likes of Imunse and IU. Okay, yeah, this is right name dropping everybody.
They're name dropping everyone. Okay,
well, you know. Is ballad music making a comeback? We'll have to see. Somehow, you have to be born. You can't be born before 1997 to sing ballads. Apparently, you just can't.
So they're looking for they're looking for like. How young are you? If you're from 1997,
that's like my age. I'm 28 or 27.
Yeah, 27 or younger. They're looking for a new ballad star.
Yeah. If you're 28, sorry, you don't ballad.
Get out of here, you hag! Get out of here, you hag! Next thing, Schumann unlikely to take the stage on Music Bank, Show Music Core, or Inkigayo. So this thing's still happening. So they're still trying to work through that. Next one, kind of sad. So Chaeyoung and Baek Jihyun from Fromis 9, they're a part of what people are calling Fromis 5, which is gonna happen, right? That's what people are calling it. But they're on a fan platform. They don't think they're gonna get the rights to the name Fromis. So they think they're gonna have to rename.
Oh, I mean,
well,
is that a terrible thing?
But the way they talked about it, they seemed disappointed that they didn't get the name.
They wanted it. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate that they wanted it but didn't get it. But at the same time, like, you guys aren't 9 kids anymore.
Yeah. Next, let me just wind this down. So Yuju, formerly of GFriend, she is now at Area. So she switched companies. So she's over there. AT Area. Okay. This next one, Daesung, is going to have a comeback called D-Wave. His YouTube show has been popping off lately, by the way. He has like 1 million subscribers on his YouTube show.
Nice.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy because last year, he was kind of MIA for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he appeared on Hang Out With You, and he was really funny, so it started the hype train again. And then G-Dragon came back, which kind of helped him out. Yeah, his thing's at 1.15 million subscribers, his YouTube show right now.
Wow.
And he pulls like S-tier guests. Like he had Lisa on it 2 weeks ago. So he's pulling top tier guests as it stands.
I mean,
so he's doing really well.
It's interesting because Daesung obviously has been active for a very, very long time. And this is going to be his first Korean project that's not just a digital single. He has released the album Discover and D-Love, as well as D-Light D-Day and D-Light 2 in Japan, but in Korea, it was first time. So, hey.
Wow.
There you go. First D.
I think a lot of the Blackpink guys are riding this like wave of goodwill right now.
Bang.
Right? I mean, Big Bang. They're riding the wave of goodwill. People like them right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the time to do it. Honestly, G-Dragon did great. This one's like, let me get some of that. And Taeyong should be like, yo, let me get in on that. He should drop an album soon too. That would be a lot of fun. So we got that. Next thing, Jennie. So she had some tour dates. Now she's going to Paris as well. So that should be exciting. That's happening. BB first world tour is happening.
Wow.
She's going to a bunch of places from Korea to America to Asia to Australia. She's going everywhere.
Wow.
This is a big tour for her.
Wow. She's going to New York, Doug.
Yeah, she is. She's going from Korea in May. She's going to end in Brisbane in October. She's doing a 5-month tour. She's only skipping July, I think. Yeah, only skipping July. She's going to take a break in July, but the rest of it's pretty straight through.
Thank God. I feel like this is the first concert tour schedule I've seen in a very long time with an actual break built into the thing.
There's a break, and then between the dates, like Bangkok, like August 9th, Singapore, August 23rd. So she's having breaks in between.
Thank you.
God.
Good.
Yeah, so that's good for her. We have that. Then Hwasa is going to Europe. If you're in Germany, Paris, Berlin, or London, or Amsterdam, she's going to be there.
Cool.
And then Kang Daniel is going to Europe as well, in London, Paris, Hamburg, and Warsaw. He's going to Poland, yo. Kang Daniel's doing a Poland concert. That's crazy.
Damn. I didn't know Poland has Kang Daniel fans in it.
Is it just me, or is Kang Daniel kind of like... He went to the military and came back already, I guess, right?
Yeah, we just haven't been covering his songs in a while.
Oh, it's been a minute.
Damn.
Yeah, he came back last year, and then twice the year before.
Does it not feel like he's fallen off some? Am I crazy to say that? Or is it just us?
I will not comment. I respect his fandom. The floaties, or Danities, now they're called.
Okay, yeah. I take that back. Yeah, Kang Daniel. Woo! Diana. Yeah, that's the show. Next week, Stacy Girls, It's Going Down. Anita, you're missing Stacy Girls, It's Going Down, by the way.
I'm be here next week, but yeah.
Ailey, potentially. She's getting married soon. We got Kiki debut. We got this group called New Beat debut. NCT 10, Extraordinary Heroes. That's next week, guys. It's been a fun episode. We'll see you guys then. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Incoming Snail, Liam's Games and Toys, Natalie, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.